As a war veteran, I like to think I've seen some of the worst inhumanity of man against man. And frankly, as a guy who grew up on the totally unregulated age of the internet, right? Before there were algorithms that filtered out all the bad stuff, I like to think I have seen the weirdest and darkest corners of the internet. But I am continually surprised at what's out there. And the weirdest thing that I've seen is probably Skibidi toilet. I don't know what this is exactly, but someone turned it into a TF2 meme, and we are going to be checking it out. So if you're interested, hit like, hit subscribe, and join in the fun. Let's get into it. So this is actually part 7. That's right, lads. There are 6 other parts to this, but if you like it, let me know in the comments, or again, by hitting like, and I'll check out parts 1 through 6, because my suffering for your amusement is always what you are here to do. Okay, let's experience this together. Okay, so this is heavy, and this appears to be some sort of, I think, an Overwatch character, but those dull, lifeless eyes tell me that this is some sort of horrible crime against nature. This is some sort of skinwalker. I have never been so reassured to see robots.
Welcome back.
All right, respect to Minecraft Charizard. Oh, good. There's furries here, too. Wonderful, guys. Wonderful.
Cheers, love. The cavalry's here.
Okay. I'm just going to point out, guys, that every time I see a reference to Super Mario 64, right, which had the iconic Mario head that you could stretch in the same sort of weird way in the introduction. Let's see if we can find what I'm talking about. If you don't know this, you're missing out, right? When I was a kid, the Nintendo 64 was the iconic system, and this is the intro that you got. Yeah, 1996, lads. This is 30 years ago.
Mario!
Right? It only goes up to 240p, but look. This is it. Imagine you're 7 years old and you're used to playing just like side-scroller Nintendo systems. And then all of a sudden, Mario in 3 dimensions shows up on your television. God, I feel so old. Let's see. Okay, so he's just chilling. He's falling asleep, right? This alone blew your minds as a kid, all right? I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up with this other stuff. I don't care about it. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this other stuff. But basically, you could use the cursor to grab and stretch Mario's face. It was pretty iconic. Like it's so seeing this reference get dropped right here, of course, with him as a embodied toilet, is itself kind of weird. I don't even know. I don't think this isn't Gordon from oh my gosh. What is the game? From Half-Life. There you go. Why is he playing a Spanish guitar? All right. This is just weird, guys. I'm here to tell you. But did you know toilets? We love to make fun of them, but in fact, they're probably saving a ton. They've probably saved an absolute ton of lives. This sounds like some sort of plug for something. Like I'm going to be like, did you know? But actually, this is just a fun fact. The earliest toilets actually appeared basically as long as human civilization has existed, right? Because when you gather a bunch of people in one place, you have this problem that we don't really think about, but it's actually a pretty tremendous one, which is that everybody's got to go number 1 and 2. And the issue is when a human being goes number 2. I'm trying not to get demonetized here, guys. If you do it in the open, you have 2 problems. The first is that the bacteria that grow inside your number 2, they spread out. And if you go near a water source where you drink, that's how you get things like dysentery and cholera and other waterborne illnesses, right? They literally seep into the water and poison it. And when you're one person, right, you can just go in a stream and it'll be fine. But when you're 100 people, 1,000 people, and you begin to stay in the same spot, you have a settlement instead of being a hunter-gatherer, right, who can make a mess and then kind of move on to somewhere else. Then you have to solve this problem of the disease. And of course, you also, even if you're not near a water source, animals, flies will often land, for example, on human waste, and then they'll land on your food, spreading that bacteria from others into your digestive tract, right? Which is how parasites are spread, and again, dysentery and all sorts of diseases. In fact, it is believed, let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, so a simplest form of toilet is called a pit latrine. It just is a hole. It's a deep hole, right? That's constructed a appropriate distance from the water source, right? You may have a squatting pan or something, but they can function without water. If properly maintained, they can reduce the spread of disease by reducing the amount of human waste that enters the environment. It's right. You aren't going to get animals, flies, landing in and on it and then transferring it to human food. You're not going to get it to spread through the groundwater if you put it as far enough away from your water source. And it's serious enough, right, that it, of course, spreads infectious diarrhea, intestinal worm infections. And this actually today in the modern world, I was shocked, has resulted in the deaths of 700,000 children under 5 since 2011, in the past 10 years. So crazy. And of course, they say 250 million lost school days. Congrats, you're welcome, right? But pit latrines are the easiest way to separate, to do it. It's easy, it's effective. If you've ever been camping, if you've ever done any military exercises, you know that digging a big deep hole is basically the way it's done. You also, of course, have some other concepts like a vault system. You have some that involve plumbing where water takes it away but brings it to a source that isn't used for drinking. Right? There's a whole bunch of different options. What's fascinating is, of course, the 4th millennium BC, 3000 BC, is some of the earliest known examples in Mesopotamia, the city of Uruk, having an internal pit toilet, right? But even Neolithic villages of the same era have internal small rooms with a communal drain rather than a pit. India and Pakistan have urban sanitation systems. Like villages actually had systems of managing human waste. But this is having a system of sanitation. It sounds gross, but it is essential to establishing a civilization. Otherwise, if you don't, you have these collections of people, and then if they're all doing their business everywhere, you end up with these outbreaks of disease, and eventually the disease destroys the town, the grouping, the village, right? So you have to have some kind of management system, and the management systems get more and more complex as the civilizations get more and more, as they get larger and larger. So again, what you shouldn't do though is live in the toilet. That's how you end up, right? Very eerie, guys. Very creepy. Very spooky and weird. Anyway, if you are into things that aren't creepy, spooky, or weird, but instead are into energy, you should check out Strike Gum. This is something that I launched last month. We have had hundreds of people who've tried it, and it is an energy drink alternative, right? Each piece of gum contains 90 milligrams of caffeine. That is as much as a Red Bull, as much as an Amp Energy, but unlike the super sugar-filled energy drinks, these have zero sugar, just delicious mint flavor. So your breath isn't going to smell like whatever an energy drink smells like. Chemicals, I guess. So you can check it out at strikegum.com. Link is in the description. And 50% of the profits from this first production run are going to be donated to charities that benefit Ukrainian civilians who've been injured or displaced in the war. Thanks so much to all you guys. Thanks to everybody that subscribes. And I'll see you in the next video. Let me know in the comments what you want to see. Cheers.